Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. I wanted to come on today because this just came across so strongly for me this morning. And I know that it's Saturday. I know you're probably out and about doing your grocery shopping like I was. I'm here with my girl, Penny. Where is she? She's sleeping on the couch there. So hello, welcome. Let me know that you're here. Give me some hearts. This is a topic that just came through to me, and it's something that I always talk about, but I want to give you a different context for it today. So in the world of business, in, at this group, in the space of entrepreneurship, I don't feel like this is talked about enough. So I wanted to give you a different perspective on it today. So if you are here, I am working with a new iPhone here. So if you just let me know that you're here, type it in the chat. I am taking questions. If anybody has questions on this topic, I think that the more that we can have a dialogue in this group and just open up the space for genuine conversations, because I know that people have questions about this, whether it's transformation, mindset, business, whatever it is, I want to be able to have those authentic conversations with you. So feel free, write it in the chat. I am an open book. I am here. Karen wants to be in my video. Oh, that's so cool. Karen, let's bring you on. Do you want to come on live? Or was that a mistake? I just want to double check. Just let me know in the comments. I can always bring you on. So like I said, I am messing with my new camera here. Okay, there we go. My new iPhone, I just got a 12 Pro yesterday and I'm loving it. So video quality is great. I'm loving it. Okay, Karen, that's okay. I wasn't sure if you wanted to come on or not. Cool. So something that I wanted to discuss today was about the fact that your energy and your mindset is really 90% of everything. It doesn't matter what the goal is, right? If it's, I want to grow my business, I want to get healthier, whatever that is, whatever your vision or your goal is, there are always two components to it. It's the strategy piece of it, which is about like 5 to 10%. And then it's the mindset transformation, the energy behind it. And I want to talk about that piece today, the bigger piece of what it really takes to build a business, to get to your goal, to write a book, whatever it is, because all of it involves how you feel, right? So if you're waking up every day and you are depressed, I want you to think of that state of being versus being excited and ready to make an impact. Look at those two different states of being. Someone once said to me, and I'll just say exactly what they said. They said to me, I don't want to just come to this retreat and feel good. Well, let me tell you something. Feeling good is how you get results in your life. Because if you're coming on a Facebook Live and you're depressed and you're not feeling well and you're having thoughts of imposter syndrome and thinking like, who am I to be doing this? You're going to be showing up energetically to people in your environment very differently than a person who has the mindset and the energy behind it of like, you know what? I really believe in myself and I know that I'm meant to make an impact in the world. And this is what I'm offering. Those two states of being, and of course there's multiple states of how we show up. Think about that. How you show up in your business energetically with your mindset, with the thoughts, with the subconscious beliefs that you have, that will dictate success or I hate to use the word failure. I'm not even going to scrap that. It's going to dictate the level of success in your business. So the more that you can work on your mindset, on your beliefs, on how you feel every day. And I'm just going to give an example of how to raise your state, how to get into an energetic state of feeling good in your body. This is why I do this work with people. And it's what we're going to be doing at the Elevate Retreat. We are going to be dancing and moving our body because your body is your subconscious mind. We're so much in here in our analytical brain, but really everything from our memories, from our past, from traumas that have happened live in our body. So the more that you can get your body on board and get your body really excited and happy, guess what? That's going to translate to results in your business. So that is why I do this work. And that is why in this group, you hear me talk so much about your energy, mindset, transformation. Because like I said, I've been doing this for 9 years, and I am such a nerd and a studier of a student of people and habits. And I think that it is so important to address these components, because not only does this impact, how you're showing up in your business, but it's going to show up in your life. So the way that we typically do one thing is the way that we do everything. So if you're going there and sitting there right now and saying, I really want to create this business, but like, I'm not sure, and you're doubting yourself, and that's none of what I say is judgmental. It's just, calling out patterns. You're doubting yourself. You are hiding. You're not commenting on this post right here. You're like, I don't know, like, I'm just not sure what to do. It's okay, but I want you to stretch yourself. I want you to stretch yourself out of your comfort zone and begin by commenting on this video, taking those baby steps, because something called you here to this group. You are here for a reason. And so if you are just kind of like hiding out in the group and just like watching everybody else and not saying anything, you are not going to get results. I want you, anybody watching, Karen, thank you for being here. Tiff, I see you join. I want everybody to be participating, because if you want results, and if you are in this group, I'm guessing you do, you want to have success. You want to make an impact, and that starts with you and how you're showing up. So if you have old programming that's telling you you're not good enough and you're not worthy to be charging the prices that you want to be charging in order to quit your pharmacy job, or, oh, no, I love it. Tiff, I'm the same way. Obviously, you guys know I love to talk. I think that it's great. The more you engage, the better. So thank you for doing that, Tiff, because that is helping other people, giving them permission to show up and say, oh, okay, now I can engage too. So I think that the more that you engage, the more you stretch yourself in those small ways, it is going to be translating to other areas of your life. And change is not comfortable, guys. Like, trust me, I know. We get in these vicious cycles of staying safe, and that is the role of the subconscious. It wants to keep you safe in old patterns, old ways of being, so that you stay in this limited self of, staying as a pharmacist, or, being like, all right, I guess I'll tolerate this life because this is what I have right now. And I want you to know, if you are watching this, pay attention to this part. It's very important. I want you to know that you are not limited. The limits that we place on ourselves can be released. This is the transformation work. The fear of being seen, the fear of, showing up and shining your light and getting judged for it. These are all real things that we experience as we grow. And I've gone through many different levels of this, of, purging certain aspects of myself that were not serving me. And I write very openly about this in all of the books that I've written. And that's why I write books. This is why I have this group, to show you that it's possible for your life. I was a person who I was in vicious cycles all over my life. I was a victim. I blamed my parents. My dad was very abusive. I blamed a lot of my problems on him. So I constantly gave my power away, and it was showing up in a lot of different areas of my life. I was abusing my body. I had eating disorders. I had anxiety, depression. It was showing up, that victim mentality and giving my power away was showing up in my relationships. And I was attracting men who were either unavailable, narcissistic, and I wrote about this the other day. And the reason is because it's how I was showing up. And I will take ownership of that, because I was showing up as a victim, as an addict, as somebody that had an addiction to food, because I didn't want to feel the unworthiness, the shame, all of those things that were really at the root of my problems. It was showing up in my business because I didn't want to shine too brightly. And my dad, for years, up until probably 6 months ago, he was like, you're stupid. Why did you leave pharmacy? It's safe. You're never going to make it, blah, 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 blah. And as you guys can see, I was just on vacation with them last weekend in Florida, and it was a totally different dynamic. And it's not because I changed him, it's because I changed the story within myself. So all of us have some kind of subconscious programming that is running our life. And like I said, we're going to be talking a lot about this at the Elevate retreat and helping you to break those vicious cycles, because you are not meant to be limited. You are meant to be making an impact out in the world, using your gifts and removing these blocks. Because I will tell you what, you have a life force that is running through you right now. And the more that you can release these traumas, these blocks, these fears, the more that that the divine can flow through you. I want you to think of your physical body as a vessel. And when you have all these kinks and blocks and these things in the way, you can't fulfill your divine mission. So when you go through this work and you're releasing and healing and integrating a lot of these things that are holding you back right now, it allows God's channel to be clear in you. It allows that divine flow of energy to permeate out into the world, because you are a divine feminine creator and God is the vessel that holds you. So a lot of this co-creation, because it's you and the divine, you and God, and I don't want to offend anybody if that word triggers you, but that is what I use, that word. You are co-creating with God in your business. So the more that you can release these blocks, the more that you can let go of the past and this limited self, guess what? The more energy you have in this present moment to deliver to your clients, to make an impact out in the world. And that is what I've found going through this journey. And so, yes, it does matter how you feel, how you show up, your mindset, your beliefs. That all translates to the level of flow in your life and the level to which you are able to serve humanity. And so everybody in this group, I hope that everybody's watching this and really absorbing this and taking this in, because you are not meant to be stuck. There are desires that are placed in your heart for a reason. And it is you are drawn to this group maybe for a different reason than you thought, right? Because it's called Scale Your Side Hustle. So maybe you thought, hey, I want to grow this business. But really what it is, it's a divine mission. It is a divine purpose that was placed in your heart that is here for you to channel out into the world. And so that is so important to grasp. And so that person who said to me, oh yeah, like I don't want to just come to the retreat to feel good. I challenge that, because you are meant to feel good. You are meant to have worthiness, to have abundance in your life, to make an impact. And I think that is such an underrated aspect of this journey of building your business. People tend to think, I know as pharmacists too, we're like, oh, we just need like a business coach. I need somebody who's going to show me the step by step. Yes, that's important, but that's really, back to the beginning of the video, only 10% of everything that encompasses you and how you're showing up to the world. Your energy, the thoughts you think, the beliefs you have, subconscious beliefs, you're going to come up against resistance. And that is what I always talk about with blocks. And it's not meant to put you down or to say like, hey, you have these blocks, like, it's not meant to say that. It's just to bring to your awareness, okay, this is a thing. This is something that is in your field right now, in your energy, that is preventing you from flowing and from truly having the impact and the income that you want. The limits that we place on ourselves are not always conscious. So we need to become conscious of those limits and say, okay, like, where did that come from? I'm going to challenge that thought. I'm going to challenge that belief. And that's where the transformation tools come in that I use, that I have found to be helpful. Hypnosis, subconscious programming, integrating and healing different aspects of your, inner child and parts of you that felt abandoned and felt like you couldn't speak up, you couldn't have a voice. Well, that is going to show up in your business. And so when you can go through this work, when you can just meet yourself with compassion, meet your inner child, because that's really what it is. It's that inner part of you that is has been knocking on the door and being reflected in all of these external challenges. And like I said, for me, my inner child was like just so wounded and so hurt and so, ashamed of who I was as a light worker, as a sensitive human being. I grew up in an Italian family where sensitivity was not acceptable. You were not allowed to cry in public. You couldn't express your feelings. And I feel like I chose that family to experience contrast, to then be able to bring this message to the world, which is that you are unlimited, that you can express yourself, that there are infinite potentials for what you can do in your life. And it's about releasing and coming to harmony with that inner child, with that younger self, because that is where we're imprinted with everything. Our subconscious beliefs, who we think we are, the meaning that we make out of those beliefs that we have. So I'll just give you a quick example of how that was for me. I grew up constantly with those messages of like, you have to work hard to get what you want. You cannot cry in public. You're too sensitive. And that made me so ashamed. As this little girl, had so much shame around who I was, and that translated to, like I said, eating disorders and hiding myself. Shame is one of the lowest frequencies that a human being can vibrate at. So I've gone into that too, the whole David Hawkins vibration scale. If you have not seen that, Google that. And it shows the different levels of consciousness. Shame and guilt are the lowest things that you can experience on the energetic frequency of emotion. I was holding that in my body. So as a result, this created, after years and years of conditioning, it created disease in my body. And I truly believe that that is a component that we need to be addressing in our coaching with people, because I've been coaching for 9 years now. I've coached thousands of people. People show up with patterns. They have patterns of shame, guilt, fear, and that is what's keeping them in these lower frequencies of disease. I feel like that is a component, a huge component that we are not addressing in our sessions, in our transformation with our clients and with people. And I think that if we're just operating on that surface level of like, hey, yeah, I'm going to help you with your health, but I'm never going to address, the beliefs that you have that are anchoring you to running this pattern, I think that we're doing a disservice. So all of these things that I'm talking about today, it just was kind of on my heart to share that we need to be going through transformation ourselves to understand and then to facilitate that in others. And that is, I think, the biggest thing that I want to contribute to the pharmacy field, is that it's more than just symptoms. It's more than just things that we're repeating in our external environment. That is a reflection of what's happening in here. And so that, I'm not telling, we don't have to be therapists to people, but there are ways that you can facilitate healing and transformation in your clients, in yourself. And so that is why I talk about all of these things in this group, because you cannot have one without the other. You cannot build a business and never address what's going on in here, because you will be operating from a limited capacity. When you allow yourself to release, when you allow yourself to purge these old programs that are anchoring you to old timelines, I want you to think about having like this new iPhone, right? It's a 2021 version. If this was operating on like a 1985 system, I wouldn't be able to talk to you right now. That is what we're running on. We're running our internal programming from old, like 1980, like I was born in 1988. That was when my first imprinting happened. So we need to be upgrading our beliefs to match the desire that we need to have in order to bring that desire into fruition. If I want to be making a certain amount in my business, what is the frequency that I need to be holding energetically in my body to be able to receive that? If I think say that I want to make $10,000 a month in my business, but I have subconscious beliefs of unworthiness, of shame, of hiding, of I can't really be who I am meant to be in this world, or you don't trust yourself, all of those things are going to be laced throughout your energy, and it's going to make it very difficult to hold the frequency of $10,000 months. So I'm just giving you little examples here of how this shows up and how literally your energy is a conduit for what you are able to attract out in the world. And this is all quantum physics. It's things that I've studied. You actually emit a frequency based upon your thoughts, your beliefs, your feelings, And it is an electromagnetic frequency that attracts clients, circumstances, things to you. I've written all about this in my latest book, if you want to check that out. It's all about what is held in your aura, right? Your aura is your energy field. It's 3 feet out all around you. And it's a real thing that, you begin attracting certain things, certain circumstances until you release, heal, and integrate those things. So traumas that are held in the aura can show up in your business, and you might get triggered by somebody, or, something might happen where it shows up and it prevents you from shining in your business. So these little things that I'm bringing up here, I think, are not talked about enough. And I really see that energy and all of the things that are being studied right now in neuroscience, in quantum physics, the things that I'm talking about, I truly believe are going to be the medicine of the future. I do not think that we're going to be operating in the same capacity that we are right now, just looking at topical solutions for people. I truly want to be the wave of change for that in pharmacy. And if that is one thing that I can contribute, that would just make my whole life worth living, because I think that there is a need. There is a need for more of us to step up, to step into our power, to be beacons of light for people, to know that they can break those patterns. They can break the cycle of repeating, and creating disease within themselves. So I would love to hear, I know I just kind of went on a rant. I would love to hear some comments. If you are watching the replay, let me know. I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this. This is what I do. This is the purpose of this group. I want to empower you to go through the transformation yourself, to be able to facilitate that in others, because that is truly when we're going to see change and a domino effect in the world. So many of my clients, they will come to me wanting to create a business, but then they'll find out all of these other things. And I just highlighted this with Rachel the other night on our call, when I did that signature training, the life signature training. You showing up as your highest self, you cause a ripple effect in your life. You impact your husband, you impact your kids, your community, and that is truly how we create change in the world. So I empower you, I encourage you, whatever feels like a good first step to you to get on that transformation journey, whether it's to engage more in the group or message me and ask a question, I want you to feel free to do that, to know you are in a safe space to do that in this group, and always. And there's no right or wrong. You are never going to be judged for having a feeling or having a block or anything like that. I just want you to know that I love you all. I want to see you thrive, and I'm always here for you. So I hope that you all have an amazing Saturday, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.